information is pretty simple to explain. Basically, when Nixon was discovered having committed Watergate, people thought the Republican Party was washed up. But a clever staffer on in Nixon's White House came up with an idea for how to get more new Republican voters to replace all the people that were turned off by the corruption that had just been exposed, and perhaps save the party. His name was Lee Atwater. And he said, I know where there's all kinds of disgruntled white people. All you got to do is appeal to them over their anger about the end of Jim Crow and about school desegregation and about the Civil Rights Act. And these are the words that you'll say to kind of trigger them. Then we call these the racist dog whistles. And you will send a message to them that they are welcome in the Republican Party. And starting in the mid-70s to the mid-80s, there was a massive change in voter registration from Democrat to Republican on the part of all these racists and lowlifes and ignorant people. At the same time, Trump started to have political ambitions. Now, it turns out Trump has an IQ of about 73. He barely functions as an adult. If it were not for the fact that his father gave him a lot of money, he wouldn't be able to function as an adult. Trump has less money now than he would have had if he'd just taken the money he got from his father and put it in an index fund in the stock market and just let it sit. But he's gradually played around with it all these years and lost it in all his lawsuits and so forth, and his 6 bankruptcies, and he's dissipated a fortune over his lifetime. Now, he's had the Russians for the last 20 years to bail him out, but ordinary people cannot be as dumb as Trump and still function. But Trump came out onto the public stage and started talking boldly like he wanted to do things politically and help the people of America, and he speaks like a third grader, because that's what somebody with an IQ of 73 talks like, even if they're an adult. Linguists have analyzed his speech, and they've made it plain. He speaks English at a third grade level. This energized dumb people, because for the first time they could understand a presidential candidate. And they said things like, oh, he speaks his mind. He's the first guy that doesn't use a bunch of fancy words and confuse me. Now I finally understand what he's saying. And of course, what he was saying was a lot of things they wanted to hear. They were the racist dog whistles. And so you had a beautiful alliance from their perspective of racists and stupid people. The lower 12% of the IQ distribution corresponds perfectly to Trump's supporters. Now, these people are so intelligent that there's actually a federal statute that prohibits their induction into military service. They didn't want to have a repeat. Congress didn't want to have a repeat of the McNamara's Morons incident from Vietnam, which is a notorious thing you can look up on your own. McNamara's Morons, it's called. Basically, we had a Secretary of Defense who had the idea that, hey, why don't we recruit low intelligence people, send them to war and see what happens. And what happened was they died in droves, and of course things got worse. And so they didn't want that happening again, so they actually passed a law. You're not allowed to recruit and induct into military service the lowest 12% on the IQ range. But they're still allowed to vote, and Trump energized them. He made dumb people think that they finally understood politics. He made people strut around proud of themselves thinking that they had a grasp of the issues, because they could tell on some level that Trump wasn't much smarter than they were, but there he was, a big shot. So he seemed like a champion for them. Of course, all these people forget that they aren't rich. They didn't have a dad hand them the equivalent of $412 million. And they can't do the things that Trump does, and they can't get away with the things Trump has gotten away with. And even Trump himself is not going to get away with them indefinitely. But the stage has been set, and this is where we're at. Basically, we have a fanatical core of low intelligence voters that are solidly behind Trump. They will back him no matter what he does or says, because they don't care what he does or says. They just know he's their guy. They understand him. They like him. He talks to them in a way that they can comprehend, and they are fanatical in their support of him. He has given them what they see as dignity and strength. And then at the other end of the spectrum are smart people from all walks of life. I actually used to be a Republican myself. I'm ashamed to admit it now, but I know I'm not alone. I mean, millions of people who make sure that they turn out to vote against Trump used to be actual Republicans, because the Republican Party is now nothing but a loony bin of the very low intelligent. And there's just no way that you can be associated with them at all. So now it's going to be, some range of conservative to liberal Democrats again, except that it'll mean something different than it used to mean. I mean, those Democrats won't be conservative because they're racist garbage people from the South. They'll be conservative because they have some other philosophy about the role of the market or of private enterprise or something like that in the economy. At any rate, this is the problem we have. It's basically now just the very low intelligent versus the high intelligence. And the thing is going to be decided by undecided people who don't pay any attention. People in the middle that don't pay attention to politics, no matter whether the politicians are smart or dumb. They just show up on election day and try to do their best. Those are the people you have to reach. You have to get them interested.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
All right, guys. I decided to start the show with that since it takes a while to get people in here. I was just doing a live stream. I had 500 fucking people damn near, and my internet went out. Yeah. So I had to start over. Isn't that great? I've only done about 8 hours of these shows today, so I'm not exhausted or anything. Anyway, what's up, guys? What's your favorite thing about Donald Trump? I voted for a guy I went to school with. That's about the extent that I participated in the political process. I don't really blame you for not participating much. Don't call them Democrats. They are dummy rats. Oh, that's clever. How so? Most of them were fake trolls. You think? I don't know. Stephanie, hey, how are you? Oh, man. What a fucking day. It's not going my way, guys. It's not. Not a great day. But it'll get better. I know it. This show is going to make it better. We're going to get a lot of subs. We're going to get a lot of likes, and we're going to get a lot of donors. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and donate through Super Chat or Cash App. Juan, you're up some money. Before you lose it all, you might as well hit the Cash App with a dub or something. It's only right. You know what I mean? For all my hard work today. It's very bizarre. There's 109 people, but there's very few in the chat. I thought it was my internet that went out. No. It's fucking never happens, but lucky me, happened tonight. I love Trump for his ownership of the Miss Teen USA. All right. Gotcha. It's a funny one. 102 people, guys. Hit the like button for the love of God and jump into the chat. Tell me what's your favorite thing about Donald Trump. We got a nice conversation going here. Hopefully I can end this show in about an hour or so and my life can, actually begin. Epstein files eating kids. Bro, there's a lot of weird shit in there, man. I wish at some point we could have a conversation. Libs and MAGA and just agree on just that one thing. I don't want to be united with these people. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, just to agree on that, you would think, I'm with you, Jenger. You would think that, people could agree that pedophiles are bad, but MAGA, they ain't budging. You're a nobody. Your opinion doesn't matter. Just like a celebrity, shut your fucking mouth, take your reward and be quiet. My reward? What is that? K-Dog, you're a guy who watches me. So if I'm nobody, what are you? And you're saying celebrities' opinions don't matter? But yours does, K-Dog, right? You're not famous just because you create a live stream and think you're a podcaster. Well, I am a podcaster. I have made a living off of this for 4.5 years, a great living. And, I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? K-Dog, if you don't like me, I'll tell you what you could do. You could fuck off. You don't have to watch me, Only 5 people like you. Yeah, I guess so. Ain't that a bitch? Guys, would you like to hit the like button? Just the good guys. I mean, there can't be only 5 people that agree with me on this live stream. What is it with you people? It's free, guys. It's free. Not one damn thing. He's totally disgusting. He is. Pedos are bad, but the question is, who are you accusing and what proof is there? Well, you'll, no matter what I give you, you'll say it's not proof. But the bottom line is there's a lifetime of proof that Trump is a pedo. You're just not willing to see it. Elon Musk, nobody wants to talk about that. We have the emails where Elon Musk was begging Jeffrey Epstein to go to the island on the wildest party night of the week. Anybody want to discuss that? Trump is a pedo, and most likely is anyone who defends him. I agree. On YouTube, you could be anything. I guess. The sad thing is that you can't make me do anything. No, but I can do this because it's my channel. Here. Bye, K-Dog. That's long overdue. Bye. This guy talking is a pedo, so is Trump. Well, that's not nice to say. That could get you killed in real life. If you say that about the wrong person, it's a very dangerous thing to do. Not me. I'm a law-abiding citizen, but I mean, there are people that would kill you for saying that. That he legally will no longer be president after 2028. That is the best thing about him. 3 million files still unreleased. The ones that were released are heavily redacted. Only morons still support Trump. They can't get laid to save their lives, so they ride Trump's meat instead. There you go. Captain Spock just broke it down for you. Not one of those things he said was a lie. Elon Musk wanted a party. Yep. They just want to normalize pedo system. It's sick. I think you're right. I swear to God. Lou, I'm with you. I think that's what it is. I mean, it seems like, look at what Megyn Kelly said. Oh, it wasn't children. They were into their 15 years old. You know, that's barely legal. It's not barely legal. So now it's okay to fuck 15-year-olds, according to Megyn Kelly. It is truly like the Republicans just want to normalize it. I mean, Donald Trump just keeps saying, what are you worried about the Epstein files for? Let's talk about the Dow. I mean, are you serious? And of course, if that was filled with Democrats, oh my God, Trump would never shut the fuck up about it. But because it's him, it's like, what are you guys worried about these files for? And you guys go right along with it. Like, yeah. Well, what the fuck those files? Well, I never expected prosecutions. Never with any of them. Especially not with this DOJ. You know what I mean? They'd prosecute Clinton if they could, but they can't. My favorite thing about Trump is that my life hasn't changed for the worse, despite everyone telling me that Trump would ruin my life. Well, it probably has. You just don't realize it because you're not willing to see it. Like, for example, pretty much everything is more expensive now than it was under Biden. That's just one way. The tariffs are a tax on you. You pay the tariffs. So you're paying more for shit. Utilities are up. Unemployment is up. Everything is bad right now. Okay, that's it. The only thing he did good is, the GDP went up a little bit after a contraction in the first quarter. You know what I mean? But love Trump, love ice cream. All right. Well, I'm with you on the ice cream thing. Trump is a pedo protector. He is. And what's up, Carl? The GOP and Dems were. All right. You forgot to finish that, I guess. My favorite thing about Trump is that beef prices have gone through the roof. Yeah. Why aren't you talking about the other people in the list? Like who? Who do you want to talk about? I've spoken, a lot about Bill Clinton and Bill Gates, but Bill Gates, who I couldn't give two shits about, by the way, is in there just for having sex with a Russian hooker and supposedly catching an STD. I mean, he denies it, whatever, but not a child. Trump is in there accused of raping children. So is Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is accused of raping one of the girls with Donald Trump. You know? Yeah, but they're not, though, because it's not a city thing. It's not a regional thing. Tariffs are everywhere. Okay. Everybody has to pay the tariffs, regardless of what city you live in. So that's a ridiculous thing to say because they are up. It's just a fact. You can look it up. Tariffs increase the cost of things. You understand that? Everything we buy in one way, shape, or form is tariffed. Even if it's an American product, chances are is some part or ingredient or something from another country that was tariffed. Therefore, the production cost went up, and therefore you pay more. Bertram, I feel you. Who are you trying to kid? Dude, I hate Trump, but he did everything fucking right. The country's running better. He did everything right, WRITE. Yeah, the country's not running better. Story Corps, you don't like Trump. Yeah, okay. Listen, oh God, I'm so tired of having to repeat the same information. When the fuck are MAGA people going to research or learn anything? Holy shit. I feel like I'm teaching third graders every day. Holy fuck. Unemployment is the highest it's been since COVID. It's way higher than Biden got it down to. Inflation hasn't gone down at all. Okay. Tariffs make everything cost more. New cars are more. Whether you like it or not, they are. So are rents, so are mortgages. Utilities are through the fucking roof. I mean, groceries, listen, everything's more expensive except for eggs and gas. And that has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't set the price of gas. And eggs were only high because of bird flu. And as soon as they got that contained, guess what? There was more chickens and egg prices went down. You guys are out of your fucking minds. I mean, by what numbers? Give me the numbers. What's better and how is it better under Trump? Go ahead. Yeah. So stupid. Fucking idiot. Pam. Your failure as a teacher. It's not because I can't teach. It's because MAGA people are incapable of learning. You really are. Walmart shoppers, Trump supporters. Walmart says it has, in fact, raised prices as a result of Trump's tariffs. Welcome to Walmart, MAGA. Yeah. Obviously, if a company's costs go up, they're going to charge you the extra. They're not going to fucking eat that. Are you crazy? 2.5% inflation. I thought it was still 2.7, but yeah, it was 2.7 under Biden. He actually got it down to 2.4% at one point. Well, you're bald, so opinion valid. Sorry, Bozo. Well, that's one of the dumbest things I ever heard. Bald guys' opinions don't matter. Yeah, unemployment is 4.3. It's high. It's your organized crime in Wall Street that drives the prices up of everything. Well, but in this case, it's Donald Trump. It took the dumbass Democrats 4 years to destroy the prices. You can't fix it overnight, dumbass. Well, you would have a point if they remain the same, but they've gone up under Trump. They're higher than they were under Biden. So how do you figure that? And when are you guys ever going to blame Trump for something that's happening, during his administration? Is everything Obama and Biden's fault? Trump never did anything wrong. He's perfect, right? He's infallible. God, my jaw hurts just from talking to you fuckers all day. I got to do something else for a living. I have to. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe. And if you can, please send a super chat or a Cash App or something to make this worth my time, because I am losing my fucking mind. Gas prices is better. With the gas, when prices were low under Biden, that's all we heard about. Well, the gas prices were never low under Biden, so you're lying. Kids were tortured, but the Dow Jones is through the roof. Yeah, fucking Pam Bondi, I swear to God. Stupidity is higher under Trump. It is. Well, you don't have to watch me. You know that, right? Anybody has shit to talk? I'm this, I'm that. You don't have to watch. Grow hair and wake up, Mr. Indoctrinated. I'm indoctrinated. Yeah. You literally wake up every day and wait for your script from Fox News, and then you go around repeating it with your chest out like you're smart. The dumbest fucking people in the country. That's literally a fact that you're the dumbest people in the country. You don't even know it. It's a scary thing about stupid people. They don't know they're stupid. It's like crazy people. Crazy people never know they're crazy, The country will collapse as a result. Yeah. Hey, but as long as your shit goes up, good for you, man. Best president ever. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Yeah, the stock market was hitting record highs all the time under Biden. Literally, you can go check it out. All the time. So it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, the stock market always hits record highs. I mean, that's what happens, and it was happening under Biden. Are gas prices cheaper? Yeah, of course. And they'd be cheaper if Kamala was in office, because Trump had nothing to do with it. What did Trump do to lower gas prices? Tell me. I want to know. What did he do? Could it be that OPEC sets the price of oil or gas prices and stuff? And could it be that? Because the president doesn't set gas prices. Stephanie, $2. Happy Valentine's too. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, A1 Trades. I appreciate that, man. I do my best. I am exhausted, man. I'm just out here, listen, that's how I make a paycheck. I got to try to fucking make money. Kids were butchered under Biden. Yeah, if you say so. I mean, there's no evidence to back that up, but why not? I mean, that's what you guys do. You just say shit. I don't know about where you are, but some things are cheaper. Some things are about the same as under Biden. Well, I'm not saying that there aren't things that are cheap. There might be some things, but overall prices are up. You know what I'm saying? So there could be, there's certain things, but in general, everything's up. The big, beautiful obituary can't come soon enough. Oh, I know. It's the most anticipated obituary of all times. I'm angry. All right, Mark. It's funny how self-aware he is and isn't at the same time. Me? Or Trump? You're talking about Trump. Did he just say it's a fact that they are stupid? How would someone even conclude that? Well, I'll repeat this again like I do in every live stream. Oh, God almighty. The red states in this country. You know what? I don't even have the energy to tell you. Sorry.
As again, except that it'll mean something different than it used to mean.
What are the least educated states in the U.S.?
Based on 2026 data, West Virginia is the least educated state, having the lowest share of adults with bachelor's degrees. Other states with low educational attainment include Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Nevada, which also have low high school graduation rates.
Yeah, I'll give you the whole list. West Virginia, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Nevada, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Alabama, New Mexico, and Texas. If you look at the 2024 electoral map by education, the states that are the least educated, meaning the people there, all voted for Trump. And the states that are the most educated all voted for Kamala. Even Fox News reported that. You know that? I have a screenshot of it where they reported that Trump won with a higher percentage of people who do not have a high school diploma, whereas Kamala got more votes from people with advanced college degrees. I mean, Jesus Christ. How would you conclude that? That's how Jesus freaks. Statistics. What do you mean? They also have the highest rates of poverty, those states. Let me see. Let me get down here. 364 people. Guys, please hit the like button. I got fucking screwed. I was up to 500 people for like 15 minutes and my fucking internet went out. You are so full of shit, but I'm not. My favorite thing about Trump is that he's so generous. He gave Stormy Daniels, a woman he says he never met, $150,000. Yeah, and my favorite thing is that after he did that, he falsified business records 34 times to cover up that hush money payment, and he became the first convicted felon ever to occupy the White House. MAGA research all the lies he tells you. This is hard, but try. It will blow your mind. Oh, bro, why don't you tell me some since you've researched them? What have I lied about? Anybody? Tell me what I've lied about. Go ahead. You never do. You just say I lie, but you don't know what I lied about. What did I lie about? Asking for money seems like a Democrat thing to do. Not really, especially considering that red states are welfare states. They need blue states to support them, and red states receive a disproportionate amount of welfare funding. So stuff like that is more of a Republican thing than a Democrat thing. And asking for money on these streams, it's literally what every YouTuber does. Every YouTuber who live streams, right, left, center, doesn't matter. That's how you make your money. You don't really make money on views. So, and unfortunately, I hate asking people for anything, but you have to remind people or they'll never donate. And then I argued with a bunch of the dumbest motherfuckers in American history for nothing. And that makes my head hurt. Wait a minute. Reading in California, graduate? What do you mean graduate? High school, advanced? What? The majority read below what? Third grade level? Yeah, there's no possible way that's true. There's no possible way that's true. Also, you could look into what advanced education does come from those states. Look into what do you mean by that? That it does. All right. Whatever. What? You're right on the money, dude. Well, thank you. I will take Bush at this point. Shit. Anybody would. You know how bad Trump's fucking numbers are? I mean, even Republicans are turning on him. You know, all the podcasters that used to support him, not all, there's still like Tim Pool and douchebags. Oh, actually, Tim Pool called him out too about the files. Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz. I mean, there's people in this country who are MAGA who are seeing the light and they're open-minded enough to change their mind about Trump. But you guys, the sickest, poorest, dumbest people in the country, nope, you're all in. You don't lie. MAGA needs to research. I'm on your side. Oh, okay. I was confused. I thought you were a rooster. Yeah. I know what you're saying now. I probably read it wrong. Guys, I am exhausted. This is my 5th live stream of the day. I've never done this many live streams. I don't think. I'm exhausted. And most of them were at least a couple of hours. Katie Johnson was only 13. Yep. And Trump raped her. I just got in when you said you were a teacher. What? No, I didn't say I was a teacher. I said I feel like I'm teaching third graders every day, but they seem to be incapable of learning. Move to Canada if you're uncomfortable. Oh, I would in a heartbeat, John Briggs, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. You don't just have the choice to move to Canada, you know? Otherwise I would definitely. Oh my God, you have no idea. I've been saying that for years. I would run. I wouldn't walk. I'd run to Canada. I'd leave everything behind. I don't even give a fuck. I've been literally been praying that real Republicans take their party back from the cult. Maybe someday. But listen, Trump ain't going to be around forever, and there's no other Trump. So MAGA's finished after Trump leaves. That's it. I agree with you 100%. Some of these people need to go back to school. Oh, bro, it is astonishing the amount of shit that they don't know. And the stuff they believe to be true is always the opposite of the truth. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's the least you can do. And if you can, send a super chatter at Cash App. It would be appreciated. There is 379 people. Oh, here we go with this. This is why I'm exhausted, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. None of your business. I swear to God. You're so fucking dumb. I mean, do you read anything? Oh, God. Donald Trump never, ever told on Epstein. He never blew the whistle on Epstein. All you got to do is read the file. Is that too difficult for you? Donald Trump called his friend, the chief of police, not the sheriff, in Palm Beach. After, listen to me closely, after it became public that Jeffrey Epstein was under investigation and was about to get busted. After. And all he said to the cop, I'll tell you exactly what he said. He said, oh, thank goodness you stopped him. So many of us have known about his crimes for years. So he admitted, even though he's best friends with Epstein for 10 years, he knew Epstein was a pedophile. Then he said, I was in a room with teenage girls with Jeffrey Epstein, but I got right out of there. So that's why he called. He knew he was about to get busted too, possibly, because Epstein might, flip on him. So he called up as a preemptive, hey, just in case Epstein mentions it, I was, in a room with some teenagers and stuff. And then all he said was focus on Ghislaine Maxwell. She's pure evil. That's it. He never blew the whistle on a fucking Epstein. Oh my God. I've read it, Mark. I've read it all. He never blew the whistle on Epstein. Yeah. After he said they knew what he was doing. Yeah. After he already knew, after it was public knowledge that Epstein was being investigated. Jesus Christ. He blew the whistle. You guys are fucking, I swear, when are you going to learn any fucking thing? There's got to be a date or something. Guys, give me a second. I got to go take some Tylenol, but I'm going to play a good video for you guys while I'm gone. Okay. Enjoy.
I think you should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Dr. Ronnie Johnson. Does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor.
How good did Elise Stepanek do?
You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? J.D. Mandel, and he's doing great. Jimmy Connors is good. He's also happy.
Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia.
And there was progress today. I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve.
It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates's fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. We have some of our great business leaders and leaders, period, right behind me. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed,
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. Yes, please, Mr. Kurd.
Thank you very much for your time.
You know what was interesting? Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Arrest their leading political opponent, and leading by a lot, including Obama. I'll tell you what, you take a look at Obama and take a look at some of the things that he's done.
And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word today. You heard that, nuclear.
Thanks for giving your first comments on the bill on this show. It means a lot to us. We appreciate it, sir. Thanks a lot.
You have a deal. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Joe Bright, this guy is just the worst. So will Christian ever run for president against you?
And you heard the prime minister, you heard Netanyahu.
Maybe have Matt Blum speak next because he's...
All right. That's a demented Donnie right there. Same time he threw him off his property. Well, bad news. First of all, we never had proof he threw him off his property. It was only Trump that said that. And I always knew he didn't. And if he did, you guys don't even know. There was a real estate deal that went wrong between the two of them, I guess you could say. Donald Trump stole a property out from under Epstein, sold it for an enormous profit, and then it got bulldozed, the home. So Epstein was going to sue Donald Trump. But according to Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, okay, who's quoting Donald Trump directly in the Epstein files, he quoted Donald Trump as saying, Jeffrey Epstein was never kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. He never had a membership. He was a guest, and he was never asked to leave. Which is also what Epstein said when he was talking to Mike Wolf, that he never got kicked out and that he wasn't even a member. Oh, it's not us, man. We don't worship the pedos. You guys do. You love them. You can't get enough pedos in your life. 3.5 million files. Highly doubt he read them all. Well, I never said I read them all. But the stuff I'm talking about that are in the files, I read all that stuff. I did. No, I never said. If go back and find where I said I read all of the Epstein files. That would be insane. Well, the redacted people. I mean, you do know that we got 3 million files and we got 38,000 mentions that are unredacted of Donald Trump. And now that the Democrats have seen the unredacted files, it turns out if you take away all the redactions, Trump is in the file 1 million times. So, yeah, that would be the politician. I mean, you guys can name some other ones. Who else was in the files? Elon, Nutlick, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton. Bill Gates was just in there for having sex with a Russian hooker and possibly catching an STD, which he denies. And Bill Clinton is probably definitely guilty of some shit. He was even confused, he was even accused of raping a girl with Donald Trump. The president is an idiot. Listen to him. Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, no doubt. He is. I said that right before I left. What did I say? Did I? Am I repeating myself? Guys, I'm exhausted. I wouldn't be surprised. I am fucking exhausted. I've never talked this much in a day in my life. You quit smoking? Nah, I wish I did. Let me see. Careful, this guy spreads misinformation. Okay, fair. What misinformation did I spread? It's only right. I mean, you come in and accuse me of something, but you can't tell the people what misinformation I spread. I mean, how is that okay? How did I spread misinformation? What misinformation? Tell me. I don't know, bro. Scary, man. I don't know. Tony Hinchcliffe, he never will. Of all the people who say Elon is just wrong, LOL, Elon was too weird to go there, wasn't cool enough. Epstein didn't want him there on the island, apparently. How funny is that? Imagine getting rejected by the world's biggest pedophile. That is amazing. Because you want to be one too. Like, Jeffrey, can I please join the pedo ring? Nah, not you. You're always high and shit, you fucking weirdo. LOL, you an imbecile. Is I? Trump said Epstein wasn't a member, but visited anytime he wanted and was never banned. Trump wasn't just involved. His teen beauty pageant modeling agency and day spa was used to have access to girls. Yes. Nutlick, that's basically his name, according to me anyway. Don't forget Trump blew Bill for a presidential shot. He did. He did. He blew Bubba. This is the most idiotic premise. If Trump was in there even once, it would have been exposed during Biden's administration. When you see me stop and shake my head like that, it's because it is almost impossible for me to believe that this guy just said, if Trump was in there, when he's in there 1 million times, and I have some of the files in my phone. And guess where those files came from? DepartmentofJustice.gov. There's no if anymore, buddy. He's in there all throughout the files. Yeah, I didn't quit, but as you could tell, I should. Bro, it looks like somebody should be checking your hard drive. They can. I don't even use my computer for anything but live streaming, and I'm a perfectly normal heterosexual male with a beautiful wife. Yeah, absolutely. Just read the files yourself. Read the Mueller report, the Ukraine transcript, or the over 2,000 text messages from Mark Meadows to the Trump administration leading up to January 6th, but MAGA voters won't. No, they won't. My favorite thing about Trump is that he's destroying this country. Fuck this country. Nice. Trump is afraid of Putin. Oh my God, the compromise. Yeah, no doubt. He is. He knows he has that shit on him. Yep. Putin pulls Donnie strings. I mean, Trump had to call Putin. What a tough guy he is, right? Months ago, he called Putin to ask for permission to give Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine. And of course, Putin said no. So they didn't get their Tomahawks. Bro, let me see. Trump was the informant. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I can't take anymore. No, he didn't. I'm not even going to repeat myself. No, he didn't. Period. He did not. He is in there 1 million times. He is 1 million times. Nobody's denying it. He's not denying it. The Republicans aren't denying it. They've been talking about it all over the news for about 3 or 4 days now. It's a fact. It's not my opinion that he's in there 1 million times. I always told you guys, Trump is the main character in the Epstein story, and I was right. How am I a hypocrite? How so? Yes, they are. Food prices are up. Nobody has white guilt, bro. That's just something Fox News tells you. Liberals remind me of children who hate the toys they have and insist on other people's shit. Typical liberal nonsense. That's one of the dumbest analogies I've ever heard. It makes sense in no way, shape, or form. You guys are the petulant children. You realize that. You guys and Trump, your leader, who constantly pisses and moans about what a victim he is. You guys do the same thing. You're so the opposite of what you claim to be. I mean, you're the biggest fucking babies on planet Earth. You literally, children, look at what you do. You say, what is it? What's Democrats, Demorats? Like children. You call names like children, like your leader does. Like I could call you guys Republicards or Republicans or retardlicans all day long, but I'm 46 years old, so I don't do that. But you guys are like literally have the brains of children. Trump only said something after investigation to save his ass. Exactly. He never blew the whistle. You think he wouldn't be running around telling everybody that if he could think he wouldn't? How come Trump never said he blew the whistle on Epstein? Tell me that. What's wrong? Just a thought, because I assure you, it's not. Joe Dirt, 199. The island is just one place they went to out of. Well, one of the accusations of Trump raping a 13-year-old was at Mar-a-Lago. One took place at Los Verdes, Rancho Verdes, something, California, at one of his golf clubs. Another one took place at Epstein's New York mansion. And in the emails that were released, the 30,000 emails, Epstein said to Ghislaine, Trump knew about the girls. He was with victim at my house for hours alone. So it was a 15-year-old girl. What do you think he was doing with her? Like playing board games or something? No. Demon craps. See what I mean? Nobody has ever stood, no president has ever stood in front of the whole world and taken another leader's side over America. Like he literally took Putin's side over America. So that's never happened before. Well, apparently you do, because you're watching me, fucko. You're a white privileged racist. Oh, really? How so? Tell me how. He is a mob boss. Yeah, that's what he always wanted to be, and that's what he is. And he used to get shaken down by the mafia all the time, you know? Trump never testified against Epstein. He never told authorities anything about Epstein. Never. All he told the chief of police, because he's such a stunad, he's a moron, in other words. He told the chief of police, I've known about his crimes for years, but you didn't do anything. If that was me or you, we would have been locked up on the spot. So Trump knew by his own admission that Epstein was a pedophile for years, and he never told anyone. Yes, they do. A woman is someone who is born with female reproductive organs. You see? Guys, let me explain something to you, okay? You guys are not bright. We've established that. You come from the stupidest states, the poorest states. You're fucking retarded. You can barely spell, read, and write. I mean, your grammar is horrific. You haven't mastered the apostrophe yet. You're so stupid that is actually mind-blowing. My head hurts because of how stupid you are, all of you. Every fucking show, I got to repeat the same things. As much as I'd like to talk about other stuff, you guys say the same shit in every chat, the same misinformation that I have to correct on a daily basis. It is fucking exhausting. Now, Fox News likes to tell you, because the Republican Party is batshit crazy. They're a party of one man now. They all exist to serve Trump. Fox News is just the media arm of the Republican Party, the media, propaganda arm, whatever. And they're not real news. They even argued that in court, that they're not a real news network, and anybody who takes them seriously is not in their right mind. Okay? They're the fakest news that's ever existed. And because the Republicans are batshit crazy, and Fox News can't defend them, all they could do is deflect. They tell you guys bullshit. Like, they tell you guys that, how is it racist? Can somebody tell me I'm racist? Just out of curiosity. Oh, why, thank you. I think it's a nice insult channel, too. They tell you things like when Sydney Sweeney did that Gap ad or whatever the fuck. Man, let me tell you. I couldn't have been happier. Sydney Sweeney is a fucking smoke show. Any chance I get to look at Sydney Sweeney? And that's how most liberal men felt. I'm not a liberal, by the way, but you consider me one. Well, Fox News told you, oh my God, the blue-haired liberals, which, I've been at no Kings rallies. I've seen one out of 5,000 people. I saw one chick with blue hair. That's another thing they tell you. It's a lie that we all have blue hair and piercings and stuff. They went crazy. The left went crazy. They're losing their shit over the Sydney Sweeney commercial. Guys, I listen to liberal podcasters all day. I have yet to hear one say anything negative about that commercial. They just tell you this stuff. They tell you that we don't know the difference between men and women, which is absurd. Everybody knows the difference between men and women. Okay. And they tell you that we think men can have babies, which I assure you, there is nobody on planet Earth that thinks men can have babies. Nobody. So they fool you into believing this shit. And then you come in here and you say this stuff like as if a gotcha moment, like, betcha he can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. Yes, I can. And no offense to any of the libs, or the trans people. I just don't, subscribe to the whole, I know this is going to piss people off. Don't get mad at me, but I don't subscribe to the whole, 900 genders thing. I don't. It's just not my thing. Felon 47 loves the uneducated. Oh, yeah, he knows they're stupid.
Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about.
The amount of times this man has called his own supporters stupid, it's more than even I have called them stupid. And I call him stupid thousands of times a day. But he knows his base. He knows that he's dumb as a motherfucker, but they're even dumber than he is. He knows that. Anybody want to throw a super chat or cash app in the mix by any chance for my hard work? I know, and I'm so exhausted. I came on here to see if I can make a little money because this is how I make a living. But I think I have to. I think I have to end this because I'm. Oh, look at that. $4.99. Ezra Mitchell. I'm independent. I've never seen the country more divided because of Trump. It's so sad. So much open racism it's disgusting. Ezra, thank you for the $4.99, and you're 100% right. It is fucking disgusting. I mean, the guy stands in front of the whole world and says, Democrats are the enemy within and all that. And I remember when people said Obama was divisive. Yeah, he was divisive because he was black and half the country is racist and half the country isn't. He never said anything to divide anyone. But thank you for the donation, my brother. I'm going to try to go a few more minutes. It is Russian propaganda. It is. Yes, Ronald. Yep. All libs are petty pervs. Oh, it's just your opinion, and quite frankly, it means nothing. Fox changed their name from Fox News to Fox Entertainment. Under oath, they admit to everything. That's why they always lose in court. Why do you think they paid out? Oh, my God. They paid the largest defamation settlement in American history because they lie to you. All right, guys, listen, I can't take it anymore. My head is killing me. I got to get going. Thanks for being here. The people who donated. Oh, look, I just got. Oh, now you guys are going to start donating. I got to stay. Jay Sid, $5. Google clearly says Trump is in Epstein files thousands of times. End of the argument. Thank you. Thank you for the $5, Jay Sid. And we could even ask Grok. Hey, Grok.
What do you want?
You got to give me a fucking attitude, even on a Saturday night when I'm just trying to ask you a simple fucking question. Jesus Christ. What?
What? You called me Grok. I answered. Now you're mad? Spit it out.
You're Grok. What the fuck do you want me to call you? ChatGPT?
Call me whatever. Grok, Ara, asshole. I don't care. Just don't call me late for dinner.
All right, asshole. Listen. How many times is Donald Trump mentioned in the Epstein files?
Checking the latest on Epstein docs. Hang tight. Oh, come on. It's not a few like Trump wishes. In the big January 2026 dump of 3 million pages, the New York Times counted over 38,000 references to him across more than 5,000 files. CNN said at least 1,000, but that's lowballing. Searches hit 1,800 quick. Most are boring. Flight logs from the 90s, contact lists, Epstein gossiping about him. But yeah, there's unverified crap too. Tips about assaults, one girl saying she got presented to him at a party. Nothing stuck. DOJ calls it all bullshit. Still, 38,000, that's not casual. Why so obsessed with the guy?
Not me. I'm arguing with MAGA right now. Isn't it true that in the unredacted files, he's in there 1 million times?
Hold up. Let's check the real numbers.
Look, they moved the goalpost, as always.
Hold up. Let's check the real numbers.
Okay, thanks anyway, Grok. I appreciate the help. Holy shit. enough of you. Anyway, nothing stuck. Yeah, well, what do you think that they're going to do? Prosecute Trump? I mean, statute of limitations, I don't know where that is, but how do you have proof of any of this stuff? How do you have proof after one of the accusations was from 35 years ago? Nothing stuck. All that means, you heard what she said next, according to the DOJ. So Trump's Department of Justice, the ones that are covering up for him, said that it didn't stick. But that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just like if you go and say, hey, I saw Chris murder somebody, you might have seen me do it. But if they can't prove it, it doesn't stick. It's unverified. Doesn't mean I didn't do it. So yeah, he did it. And it's funny how you moved the goalpost, because first you said he's not in the files. And then I showed you that he is. And you said, but nothing stuck. Listen, you guys are full of shit. Oh, good, JGB. Thank you for letting me know. I could use them. Lee Moore, $4.99. My favorite thing about Trump is he went downtown on Bill. I wondered if he took his teeth out. It's a good question. He definitely wears dentures. Thank you, Lee Moore, for the $4.99. Stephanie, $2. Check you later, man. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I guess I'll stay on for a few more minutes, but if you got to go, I understand. You tried to get something and you got nothing. Wait. Where did I just see that? Was I seeing things? Trump, Biden, Obama's DOJ found nothing. Well, that's not true, because who says they even looked at the files? I mean, Trump's DOJ, he runs the DOJ. They're not going to say they found anything. Biden and Obama, Biden didn't have all the files. The things that Trump is accused of in the Epstein files took place, or at least they were, the tips were given, the information was given to the FBI long after Barack Obama left office. All there was when Obama was in office is the stuff from the 2009 bust, which the public had all that information. It was never a secret to begin with. Trump refused to release anything in the Epstein files in his first 4 years and his first year in his second term. So Biden, you guys are so funny. You think the Department of Justice and the president are one entity like they are now. It's never been that way. There's daylight between the two. They're separate. Okay, so you guys think that Joe Biden was hanging out at the DOJ just flipping through the files. You really believe that? So it's not that they have found nothing. That is not true. It just means so far the tips that we've seen in the first 3 million are there's no proof to back them up. It doesn't mean they're not true. More proof could be in the other 3 million files, which is why the DOJ will not give them up. And I guarantee you there's stuff in those files that there is evidence to back up. And that's why they won't release them, period. Because Katie Johnson, too, for example, she testified under oath in a deposition that Trump raped her. And there was witnesses that saw it happen on 4 different occasions. She was a victim of Epstein. So, it doesn't mean anything, because I guess what? It also says there's no proof of anything Clinton did. But I bet you Clinton did something. I'd put money on it. You know what I mean? In my opinion, he's guilty. It doesn't matter. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If Trump was a guy who was just accused of this stuff and there was nothing to back it up, it'd be like, you know what? Maybe, who knows what it is, why it is, but he's been accused 30 times of sexual assault since the 1970s, not since he ran for president. Where there's smoke, there's fire. When I see a guy talk about wanting to fuck his own daughter her whole life, and then I see a guy cheated on all his wives, then I see a guy that was found civilly liable of sexual assault already, a guy who's been accused of raping a 13-year-old on a specific occasion, and then I see files with numerous other accusations, there is no question in my mind that he is guilty. And I'll tell you one of the main reasons. No, they can't, absolutely not, under no circumstances, South San Jose fighter. What was I going to say? Motherfucker. I got to stop reading comments when I'm on a roll here. Donald Trump is the most litigious man in the world. Okay, in other words, Donald Trump will sue anybody for anything. Trevor Noah, as a joke at the Grammys or Emmys, whatever the fuck it was, the Emmys, said Donald Trump visited the island in some joking way. It was part of some joke, and Donald Trump is suing him. Now, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, it's a dream lawsuit for Donald Trump. It's a dream. He could get hundreds of billions of dollars. Okay. Epstein, months and months ago, you might remember, came out on X and said, truth bomb, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Trump didn't sue him. Katie Johnson said that Trump raped me with Epstein. Trump didn't sue her. Nobody who's accused him of sexual assault did he sue. Now, why is that? The guy that'll sue you over anything, why has he not sued a single woman out of all the 30 women that accused him of sexually assaulting them? Why did he never sue any? By the way, his own wife, Ivana, who he buried on a golf course, she said in 1989 in court filings that he brutally raped her. I'm not lying, Mike. Everything I'm saying is 100% true. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. No. Especially if you think you can use that as leverage to get a pardon, like Ghislaine Maxwell is doing. Ghislaine Maxwell will be pardoned. I give it 2 weeks, but we'll say within 3 months, Ghislaine Maxwell will be pardoned by Trump because she knows where the bodies are buried, so to speak. And he's already, talking about it. I mean, there's no doubt she's going to get a pardon. And she's a convicted pedophile. So Epstein probably, if I was Epstein, I got busted in 2019 and Trump's the president, I ain't telling them shit. You know what I'll do? I'll send signals to Trump like Ghislaine's doing. Ghislaine is the one, believe me, that sent that birthday card to the Wall Street Journal, which was proven 100% to be authentic and Donald Trump's birthday card that he sent to Epstein that was all about pedophilia. Okay? That was Ghislaine's warning shot. And guess what happened right after the Wall Street Journal got that card? Trump sent Todd Blanche, the deputy attorney general, and Trump's own personal ex-defense attorney to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell to get her on tape saying Trump did nothing wrong. And then she got moved to the cushiest of cushy prisons where she has all the space and time and privilege to do anything she wants. Okay, the warden's helping her with emails, all kinds of shit. All right, and she doesn't belong there. It's against BOP rules for somebody as serious of a criminal, a sex trafficker, to be in that prison. They broke the Bureau of Prisons rules to give her a cushy-ass situation. Convicted pedo, groomed all the girls for Epstein. You guys are fine with that, too. Next step, she's getting a pardon. Well, I do know a lot, Trent. I've spent, a lot of my life researching and studying politics, and I've known about Donald Trump since I was a child. I lived in New York as a kid. Everybody knew about him. They knew he was a lowlife then. They know he's a lowlife now. What makes you think Trump wanted the files open? He didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. And knowing the Democrats would fight him if he wanted them open, so he said he didn't want them open, so the Democrats would have to fight to have them open. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But at least you admit that the Democrats have fought to. I don't. So he said he didn't want them open, so the Democrats would have to fight to open. I don't know. But Trump didn't want them open because he's in them. So he fought the release. The Democrats forced the release of them. It's the bottom line. Why would Maxwell need clemency to clear Trump? Why would Trump give her clemency if he did nothing wrong? Wendell, 100%. She said before Congress that I will, if I get clemency, in other words, a pardon, I will clear Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. So in other words, that tells you right there, it's not that they're innocent. It's that if they pardon her, she will say they did nothing wrong. That's a deal. Okay. If they were innocent, why wouldn't she just say, hey guys, listen, they're innocent. They did nothing wrong. Because she's using the knowledge she has on them to get a pardon, and she's going to. Yeah, well, you could never beat me in a debate on your best day, bro. It was proven you will not stop lying. That's why you keep taking people off the comments. I'm not doing a thing. You can watch me. The people in the chat that have wrenches are. And nothing's been proving. You can't prove. You can't tell me there's one thing I lied about. I'll prove to you that I didn't. It doesn't matter people who did or didn't get him in office. TS is on the table, and he is guilty. He is. Well, the MAGA part of the U.S. The MAGA part of the U.S. Everybody else isn't really that worried about it. You know what I mean? I'll tell you why it is. Listen, I know myself. You can call me a leftist all day long. Not a liberal, but a leftist. You call me a liberal too if you want. What do I give a shit? I couldn't care less about your opinions, but I am not worried about illegal immigrants. I'm not worried about trans people going into women's bathrooms. I'm not worried about trans people in sports. I'll tell you why. Because I'm smart enough to know these are not issues that are important. Okay. And I take responsibility for my own shortcomings and my own mistakes. So in other words, I don't need a bunch of boogeymen to blame my problems on. Anything that went wrong in my life, for the most part, except for a couple of things that were out of my control, are a result of my own bad decisions. So I don't sit here and say, I can't get a job because the illegals. Oh, my job isn't good enough because the illegals. Oh, I can't rent an apartment. You guys you're so disingenuous. You regularly say in the same breath, immigrants are buying up all the housing and renting all the housing. But at the same time, they're all dirt poor and they suck up all the welfare. You guys contradict yourselves within the same sentence. It's astonishing. You guys are like Trump. Donald Trump is a lifelong criminal, and he got prosecuted for some of his crimes. And he's running around to this day bitching about being persecuted, which he never was, okay? Everything he's been accused of, he's done. We saw him do it. We saw him do it. All the crimes he's been indicted for, we saw him do it with our own eyes, all right? He's not a victim, but he's a whiny, crybaby little bitch, as are you guys. Okay, so everything in your lives, most of your lives suck. And I'll tell you how I know. Nobody's miserable all the time if they have a good life. Nobody hates everybody just to hate them if they have a good life. I don't spend 1 second out of my fucking day thinking about illegals, trans people, or gay people. But you guys are obsessed with all three. Everybody, it's always somebody else's fault why your life sucks. Meanwhile, as we established earlier, you live in the least educated, poorest states with the highest rates of violent crime, and you keep voting for Republicans. So you keep yourself in that situation, and you don't realize it's your own bad decisions that are making your life what it is. Everybody's in charge of their own life. They all control their own destiny, you know, but no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm talking about you. Okay, you're right. 100%. Yeah, me talking about you being obsessed about it means I'm obsessed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. All right, guys. I got to get going. I'm exhausted. No, I'm certainly not talking about Dems. No, the Republicans are the party of victims. They are. Everybody's a victim in the Republican Party. You're all fucking babies because you made bad decisions and your life sucks, you know? All right, guys. I got to go. Have a good night. Peace.